Welcome to Evergreen Speedway's Home Track Heroes on Seattle 11.
And welcome into Town and Country Tractors Night here on Home Track Heroes here on Seattle 11. I am Caleb Hartz. He is Chad Fitzpatrick. Welcome back into the booth, Chad, as we've got an exciting four-class show on hand tonight. We'll get some heat race action and then four a little bit longer than usual main events, 40-lap distancers today.
Yeah, this will definitely be a good show. Unfortunately, Mother Nature won with the sprint cars tonight, but we still got an extra 10 laps for all these other classes, so this will be definitely a good show to watch.
Yeah, if you're a four-cylinder stock car fan or small car fan anyways, we got a ton for you to digest on this program. So let's get to it. We're going to start off on our figure eight course, and we got to thank, of course, Gene Johnson, Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical for their sponsorship all year long. We will start actually with mini stocks. We won't go to the figure eights. We'll go to the mini stocks first. The BECU mini stock heat race number 1. And your pole sitter, Jackson Beckel, the 18J out of Snohomish, sponsored by Tire Pros of Arlington. On the outside in the CRX, that is Trent Gillespie, the 025 from Grand Falls, sponsored by Waltz Demo and Excavating.
And in the 12-car Gavin Blue, sponsored by Absher Build LLC, and the 21Js, Justin Brave out of Monroe, sponsored by J2 Racing Parts.
Row number 3, Travis Woodward from Lake Stevens, the veteran in the 16-car, sponsored by Brava Pizza of Snohomish. Mike Hawley is in car number 11. He's from Arlington in the Glen Eagle Golf Course car.
And in the final row, the 24 Jane Kelly out of Briars, sponsored by Tom's Automotive. And in the 59, Tegan Bjornson out of Arlington, sponsored by Misfit Motorsports.
So it'll be 8 cars for 8 laps. Heat races have no bearing on the start of your A main event. That has been determined through time trials tonight, but this is for season points, as all these drivers gunning for the BECU Mini Stock Season Championship. It's hard to believe we're a month into the year already.
I can't believe it, and yeah, with these heat races, you're correct. It does not have any bearing on where you're going to start for the main event. However, if you are going points racing, every point counts. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is how they do it here at Evergreen Speedway, and we are off and running.
All right, green flag flies in the field. They're on our 3/8 mile oval course. Inside is the preferred lane around most of the time for the mini stocks, of course, depending on the weather, which you can see the ominous skies up ahead. We'll see if it holds, but as of right now, Jackson Beckel, your early race leader. Gillespie drifting wide off the corner. Bottom line is open for him, and Justin Brave trying to take it away for him on the bottom of turn number 1.
And Justin Brave looked to the inside and got the door shut on him by Trent Gillespie as he tries to look inside once again. Off of turn number 2 down the backstretch. A good motor in Trent Gillespie as he sails it into 3. We'll see if Justin Brave will look to the outside, and I think he will, and he gets the door shut on him once again.
You know, it's interesting. We have seen a lot of different four-cylinder cars used as mini stocks over the year. Been a while since we saw a CRX like that one. Really good, powerful race cars, good suspension in them. Complaint on them, always they're real twitchy because that naturally short wheelbase you got as you see Brave drive up and around. So we'll see over the course of this year with Gillespie and the engine package he has, and you can see how twitchy that car was getting in turn 1. Good timing to me.
Yeah, it got really, really loose and able to hang on, and that will open up the door for Travis Woodward to grab that 3rd position, as we'll see if Justin Brave can get to the 18J of Jackson Beckel, where we've got about 4 laps to go this time by, and he is starting to slowly catch Beckel.
Interesting diversity amongst the cars that you have up here in front. Brave's been noted. He is in a front-wheel drive car in that 21J behind him. Brave is in the 2nd spot in the front-wheel drive car. Beckel, rear-wheel drive, we believe, in the 18, and then Woodward also a rear-wheel drive machine. So both drivers, all of them showing that you can make either one of them work and handle around Evergreen Speedway if you know your stuff.
Yeah, most definitely. Over the years, mini stocks are well known for having mostly front-wheel drive cars. Within the last probably 5 or 6 years, the Mustangs have been more of the prominent car, but still you can get a good front-wheel drive car to turn around at Evergreen Speedway, and we might have a battle for the lead. We're starting to lose some laps for Beckel, and that's what he wants because he only has a lap and a half to go.
Yeah, 1 to go coming this time around. Beckel, who has been down around the bottom of the racetrack, and Brave, who ran him down, is a car length behind him at the flying of the white flag. First of a few heat races here in our first segment of the show. So Beckel down the back straightaway. Brave peeks a nose out high, rolls into the middle. He's got quite the run, Chad, as he runs around corner number 4.
Oh, my.
And at the end, oh, she's close.
That was Beckel, I think.
Beckel barely hangs on to it. Oh, no, Brave.
Oh, it was Brave.
Yeah, okay, so changes there in the last second on the ticker. So Brave gets Beckel, and that's how quickly it can change. You got a great run through those corners.
Yeah, definitely. The outside groove can definitely work here at Evergreen Speedway. So next is the Super Stock Figure 8 heat races. Heat race 1 of 2 tonight. And it looks like on the front row, the JE55 of Jessica Wilkinson out of Marysville, sponsored by Pilchuck Heating and Air Conditioning, and the 69 car RJ Mackey out of Gold Bar, sponsored by Blue Jay Productions.
Jim Mackey is in car number 23. He's inside row number 2. Next to him, Chris Southard from Everett in the All-Solved Plumbing 76S.
And then we got the 17X of Rick Yargis out of Stanwood, sponsored by McCarthy General Contractor, and the 72 of Jeff Talbert out of Arlington, sponsored by Pilchuck Heating.
Row number 4, Mackenzie Dietz, the BECU sponsored 67 out of Monroe. Next to Mackenzie, it's the 45 of Chevy Vincent out of Darrington, sponsored by Homegrown Hair Salon. They will again go 8 times around the figure 8 course as we get ready to go green. And again, no bearing on the main event that's been set by time trials. This is all, once again, for season points.
We are green, and Jessica Wilkinson will grab the lead really loose going through the north turn. RJ Mackey will grab second. His first time out so far this year. And looking good. Everyone looking clean so far. Both Mackeys almost looking to make contact, and Jessica Wilkinson will lead lap number 1.
Mackey part 2 choosing to go hoodless here for this race. As you can look out, Jim Mackey, he is squirrely, holy cow. As is the 76 of Southard. Both of those cars, you can see them just kind of wiggling as they get into the corners trying to find some traction.
And it's their first time today actually being on a dry racetrack. It has rained all day, so this is their one and only chance so far to see what their car is going to do on the dry racetrack. So they really don't know how to set up. I should say they really don't know what to expect out of their cars.
You
right
saw
now.
that actually from the speed cam there, where it was wet up and by the top side of the straightaway there, but dry coming at least through the bottom of the corners. So drivers adjusting on the fly to changing track conditions as Southard in the 76. And that is Talbert in the 72 car. They're going for 3rd and 4th as they work their way into the right-hand turns, or the south pole of the racetrack if you prefer.
And still up front is the J55 of Jessica Wilkinson. 4 laps down, 4 laps to go. Hopefully maybe to pick up a heat race win to start off her night. Jim Mackey in second, Chris Southard in third. Great to see him back out. He took a hard lick last year in the 60 Minutes of Fear. Spent all winter getting that car done. Great to see him back out.
We have had quite the few big strikes in the intersection already early here in the season at Evergreen Speedway. If you've missed an episode of Home Track Heroes, you got to go back through and see it. Set it to the DVR to record every Sunday night at 5 o'clock here on Seattle 11. But yeah, the intersection has been busy already here in 2024.
It definitely has. It unfortunately already killed a Stinger 8 car this year, but luckily for him, he got another one, and they're back out.
We've had a solid strike in all 3 divisions, in fact, as
Yeah.
Outlaw Figure 8s have had one, Super Stock Figure 8s had one on their opener as well. As we continue to watch Southard in the 76S, Jim Mackey in the 23 racing together. Time running out, though, on this battle, as they'll come around for the white flag this time by.
Yeah, white flag for Jessica Wilkinson. They're starting to catch her a little bit, about a car length, but separating Jim Mackey and Jessica Wilkinson. Chris Southard right there. Jeff Talbert's there. We got spin.
Daddy.
Oh, my.
RJ Mackey, 69. He will get it straightened back out, and he is out of harm's way. And that'll do it. She's becoming the queen of the heat race here in the Superstock Figure 8. Jess Wilkinson in the 55 takes it. Jim Mackey 2, Southard 3, Talbert 4, and everybody else a long ways back. We have got one more heat race coming up here. Superstock Figure 8's getting back after it. Another group of 8 or so coming out there here. The Monroe Grocery Outlet Superstock Figure 8s. And their lineup for heat race number 3 is as follows. On the pole for this one, that's Robert Weldon, the 63 out of Arlington, the All-Ply Roofing LLC car. Next to him, Blaine Manning, the 11 in the Be Happy Carpet Cleaning Machine from Marysville.
The 36 of Bill Flatchecker, sponsored by Papa's Bar in Monroe out of Duval. And in the 66 of Rick Jones out of Linwood. He is sponsored by Winter's Speed Shop in Berrien.
Row number 3 is Quentin Boris in the 5 car from Aberdeen, sponsored by Mary's Towing. And the 43 of Sheridan Vincent out of Darrington, sponsored by Siskin Power Equipment.
And right out the field, in the 8 car of Jacob Funk, he is out of Mill Creek. And the 88 of Guy Litz out of Bothell, sponsored by Protocol Plumbing.
Nice field. 16 cars here tonight for the Monroe Grocery Outlet Superstock figure eights, and we'll see them in the A main event coming up a little bit later on for 40 times around. That'll be cool.
That's good. That's a good field. 16 on a figure eight track is considered a full field, so great to see full fields back at Evergreen Speedway in the figure eight division.
And that's going to give us a lot of side-by-side action, and that should give us a really hot intersection early on in that A feature.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the intersection of doom will definitely be heating up as we are green, and Robert Big Bird Weldon will lead the field as we got the 11 car of Blaine Manning trying to hold on for second.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that was close.
Yeah, for a second there, we were starting to see some cars with the back ends getting way out of control. Quentin Borison, multiple-time champion and veteran of the division, already moving forward in the blue 5 car. As you can see him working on 5th from Vincent.
And the 88 of Manning trying to get around the 63 of Robert Weldon. Weldon just trying to stay right on that white line, making it harder for everyone to get around him. As Manning possibly looking to the outside, and he does. It sticks for a moment, but not enough power to get around Weldon.
Kenny Shukar, car owner there on the 11 car, spent a lot of time working on spindles and front suspension, trying to make that 11 corner better here in figure 8 action. It's Weldon and Manning 1 and 2, and they're close enough. I mean, it is bumper to bumper as they come off the corner and into the North Pole.
And one thing about this track is, both corners are different, and it looks like Manning's car does a little bit better through the north turn, as the 63 of Weldon will do a little bit better through the south turn, so it kind of counteracts each other, as we got a good battle shaping up between 3rd, 4th, and 5th right now.
Flyshacker pushing through the corner. He's got Borison looking for room to get around him. As we focus back on your leader as they make their way into the left-hand side of the corners, or the North Pole on the northern end of the racetrack between the 2 poles that separate our figure 8 course. There's Borison round 2. This time he'll get underneath Flyshacker, move him forward to 4th.
Yeah, he is the man on the move right now, trying now to get around the 66 of Rick Jones. I believe this is his first time out this year as well, as Borison makes a really good move on the outside, and he will try to take over 3rd, as he will have the advantage now going into this turn, and he will grab 3rd.
Your car has got to be distinctly better than the one in front of you to carry an outside move around either of these corners of the figure 8 course and make it stick. So, yeah, Quentin Borison is moving here in this one. Down to 2 laps to go, and he is approaching your top 2 of Weldon and Manning to find out what's going to happen.
It's one thing to get to the driver, and it's another to try to pass. So we got a lap and a half to go for Robert Big Bird Weldon. And it's actually going to possibly, oh my, he goes in, Quentin Borison goes in way too hard, hits the water, and he will lose all that ground, and white flag out for Robert.
Oh, did he hit the water, or did he hit the 11 car, kind of flinching to the outside? I think you got a question to answer there.
It might be that too.
Yeah, there might have been just a little counter move made there just real quick by Manning to twitch the car wide and force Quentin outside. Final set of corners, and Weldon gets the heat win over Manning and Borison. We have got a lot more to come. Youth Hornet Main should be next year at Home Track Heroes, live on Seattle 11. Welcome back to Home Track Heroes, segment number 2 on our show here tonight on Seattle 11. He is Chad Fitzpatrick. I am Caleb Hart. It is time, Nelson Motorsports Youth Hornet action, and they are going around a new race course here, Chad.
Look at that. And we got 30 laps, 10 more laps than their normal main event, so this is a little bit bigger for them. And on the front row is the 67X of Kylie Syrian out of Snohomish, sponsored by James Peak Honest Transmission, and the 11 of Keegan Mooney out of Bellevue, sponsored by Cars Custom Auto Repair Specialist.
Second row is Clint McCowan, Snohomish, Washington-based driver. The 14 is sponsored by Complete Auto Repair Service, and the 32 is Sawyer Holden from Snohomish, the Weatherite Roofing car.
And in the 35J of Hawk Jenkins out of Maltby, sponsored by Resch Printing. And outside of Hawk, 31 of Lila Mashburn out of Marysville, sponsored by General Car Wash.
Fourth row is Taylor Thompson, the 4 car, sponsored by Weatherite Roofing of Snohomish. And the 01, Tanner Bjornson from Arlington, the Misfit Motorsports car.
And in the 65 of Bryson Wingfield, sponsored by his papa Tony Hill, he is out of Monroe. And rounding out the field, car number 46, Calvin Dillaverne.
Of course, Home Track Heroes, brought to you by Gene Johnson Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. This segment brought to you by Angel the Winds Casino Resort. Now with sports betting, think you can pick a winner. Prove it at Angel the Winds Casino Resort, the only home for sports betting north of Seattle, exit 210 off I-5 in Arlington. Try oval time for the Youth Hornets, and we're giving them 30 to go to battle. So good for these young men and women tonight. Lots of seat time available for them, and we'll find out who the top dog is going to be on a little different race course for them, with lots and lots of laps coming up.
This will be good. More and more seat time's the best thing for a young racer. Well, they have ran this course before. They ran it last year, so this is a lot of their first time being on this course, but maybe a few, I believe, maybe Keegan Mooney drove it last year, and I believe the 01 at Tanner Bjornson, and we are underway, and we are going to get this started, and Keegan Mooney will grab the lead.
Yeah, Mooney rolling out to the early advantage here. He was one of the fast qualifiers last time we saw the Youth Hornets. As we're going to get in-car video, thank you to Brandy Hood Promotions for the GoPro shots. Kylie Surian is going to give us a viewpoint of what it's like to pilot in and around the Tri-Oval. And boy, very calm in the cockpit is Surian.
And we had some issues going through turn 4. I think that was Sawyer Holden going around. And look at Bjornson looking to the outside, using that outside groove, going, I believe, from 8th to almost possibly for sure second in just one lap.
Yeah, Bjornson already has kind of driven that car like it was on a Tri-Oval anyways during normal Youth Hornet action. So this is just his normal course, only with Uke tire involved, so he can't cut the corner if he needs to. Bjornson and Mooney, door panel to door panel, give the lead to Bjornson, I believe, there in that last time by, although Transponder Loop says Mooney for now, but your eyeballs are not going to lie to you as they come down the back straightaway.
Yeah, and the 01 of Keegan, or Tanner Bjornson, excuse me, is out for a Saturday night drive at this point. He used that outside groove to his advantage, and if he moves up to other divisions, he will do quite well. He's going where all the other racers are not.
That's right. Well, you know, it's one of those things, to my knowledge, we don't have a breakout rule here in the Youth Hornet class, so in terms of like a lap time around the specific course, but if there was, you could certainly say, hey Tanner, you have now officially gone too fast for the class, move up.
And that might happen too.
Yeah, it could, right?
It might happen.
Yeah, well, you want to have a fair and balanced division, give everybody a chance to race and feel like they're going to have successes. Look out, Dilliver into the 46 car, really fighting to catch up to it as your top 3 on quite the breakaway in this early contest.
Yeah, evenly through first through third have broke away. Still a good battle between the 60s, or I guess that'd be the 67X of Kylie.
Yep.
Running for 4th as we got cars spinning.
It was like synchronized Youth Hornet spinning for a second, although hanging out, everybody's made their way by.
Oh, and the yellow will come
now
out.
the yellow flies. All right, well, Keegan Mooney got around in the corner, overcooked it, and now we're going to get a second look at how exactly it happened as Mooney, the 11, and the 14 of McCowan were around. McCowan saved it and kept going. Mooney, not so much. From the inside of Dillaverne, somebody get that man not only some gloves, but take that watch off.
Yeah. Let's see here. It looks like they go into turn 3. I can already start to see the back end of the 11 going around. And I think it was just a reaction by Clint McGowan to try to just miss him.
Right.
I don't think it was a coincidence or anything like that.
No, and you didn't see it. They were far enough apart that there was no contact going on. Didn't see any wet spot on the racetrack that jumped up and grabbed him. So single file restart, 7 down and 23 to go here in the Nelson Motorsports Youth Hornets as they parade around the track. Bjornson, your leader, McCowan second. Now Bryson Wingfield in car number 65, going to move his way up to third.
Yeah, he was starting in the back as well, so he was definitely a hard charger. If they gave out a hard charger award, I think it would be Bryson Wingfield right now. I believe he started close to dead last, as did the 01 at Tanner Bjornson. So we are going to single file, and we will go green this time by.
Speedway Chevrolet pace car pulling off the racetrack, and now Tanner Bjornson clear sailing up ahead of him with 23 more circuits around to go. Green flag out.
And Tanner Bjornson will pick up from where he left off, and I believe right now the battle will probably be for second between the 14 of Clint McGowan and the 65 of Bryson Wingfield. But a good power burst of speed through 3 and 4. Ooh. McGowan holding on to it.
McGowan with getting loose at about the same portion of the racetrack that he did before once Mooney had started going around. So keep our eye on 14 of Clint, see if he can settle her down. Wingfield moves to second. And what would be a best run for him so far. Good job there. Now Surian pursuing and moving her way closer to the front of the field. She's looking to move her way into the podium.
I'm looking to possibly get her first. Would this be her first podium if she got it?
To my knowledge, I don't remember seeing her up on stage at least this year. We'll have our official Home Track Heroes fact checker check that.
Yes, we got to start that.
We've got a huge fact checking crew.
Yeah.
So well paid, highly knowledgeable. We'll get them on that. So Surian again, and again, very, I always am watching the driver's hands. Meanwhile, look at the keychain. I'm always watching the driver's hands to see how little or how much they're turning the race car and how many times. You want to get in the corner and you want to turn the car one time. If you have to turn it twice, you end up scrubbing speed that way, no matter how far you're having to turn the wheel, but the less you turn the wheel, even better as well.
Yeah, with these Hornet cars in general, you're lacking power, so you got to be very, very smooth. And Kylie is definitely smooth. Not jerking the wheel around at all, except for right there, but that's just because got a little loose there. And now it looks like the 30 car. Is that the 30?
That's the 30.
Yeah.
31. Mashburn,
okay.
yeah.
Mashburn looking to the inside, and that'll be for fourth. And Sawyer Holden, coming from the back of the field, had an issue, is moving his way back up into the top 5 as well. But Tanner Bjornson, he's gone.
I don't know if you were looking even further into the Styrian cockpit. You notice the CD player still in there?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if they've got the auxiliary cord.
Whoa,
She's
that
got the
was close.
iPod hooked up. Ooh, boy. Yeah, a little bit, huh?
Oh, that was getting close there, as looks like Holden looking to the inside for 5th, I believe, as Keegan Mooney making a strong run to look to get to the top 5 as well.
Yeah, Mooney trying to come back up and through the field as Mashburn's going to have to take her way wide. And now it's Holden and Mooney trying to come back up and forward, and Surian is the one under attack going into turn number 1. Holden got in, really squared the corner on entry, but got through as... Oh, no. No, bad.
Little contact, and Surian will go around, and the yellow will come out once again, and we got the 46 going around as well, Calvin Dilvier.
All right, so Dilivern around, Surian around, replay time coming in. There's Kylie, and yeah, and you can see the point of contact there as she straightens her back out. Killed the car in the process and had to fire it back up. You saw the reach, and here's one more time from the up-top camp is exactly how that went.
Yeah.
Well,
not on purpose at all. That was just, you're running inches away from each other. That will happen.
It's tight racing action at speeds that they may not look like to be the fastest cars from a spectator point of view, but when you're strapped in, and especially when you're a young person and not used to going so fast, that's a lot of speed that those guys are carrying.
Yeah. When I used to run the 5th mile in the Hornet division, I still had the stock speedometers, and I would look down every now and then. You're still going 55, 60 miles an hour on that track. That is hauling the mail.
In close quarters, around a 1/5 of a mile, where you're making a real sharp corner every X many feet, right? It's quite the speed sensation.
They're probably going close to 70 down the backstretch with this new configuration that they're running. So lights are off. Once again, we are halfway through, and we got Tanner Bjornson, Bryson Wingfield, Clint McGowan, Holden, and Mooney. And we are going to go green once again.
I saw the best sticker that I've seen in a very long time. It was on the back of I want to say a late model of some kind that said this looked way easier from the stands.
Ain't that the truth?
Indeed. Holden making his way through on McCowan. The Porsche is picking up some spots. He's up to 3rd, and he's bringing Mooney with him in the 4th spot.
Look at him go. We'll see what Holden can do as all the field got stacked back together. So we'll see if he can maybe make a pass for 2nd and maybe have a battle for the lead here. Get a little loose through the dog leg as we'll still be single file through 3 and 4.
We're over halfway at this point in time. You gotta wonder if Bjornson actually wants somebody to come up and challenge him, because once he's gotten to the front here in these Youth Hornet races, he's just checked out and been gone.
Well, it's one of those things. I've been up front like that, and you never hope to be battled. You hope to see the checkered flag fly.
Speaking from a guy that was up front here on your Pro Late Model Off weekend, by the way, congratulations.
Thank you. Oh, my.
We'll talk about that more as now Holden is around. And
he will stay green.
So far, you see the yellow flag being pointed out in that direction. Now, if he fires her up and blends back into line.
And he did.
All right, so we're going to stay clean and green. Well, the 11 car's not making many friends.
No. So we'll see if would that be his 3rd time getting into a car?
Wise man once said, I bring my friends with me to the racetrack. I'm not here to make more.
Well, we'll see. I haven't seen the black flag getting thrown yet as your leader gets loose through 1 and 2.
They're running all on the ragged edge of control here in this one. Everybody's carrying a lot of speed and is just a hair loose.
That's good, though. They're starting to learn their cars. When you spin out, that's the best way. No, you pushed it too hard.
There's a lot of weight transfer that's going on, especially on this tri-oval as well. As you see these cars leaning all the way over onto the right, then coming back neutral, and especially right at this portion of the course right here with all the speed they have. A lot of speed, a lot of weight going left, right, left at different points in time.
Yeah, especially going through 3 and 4. you're hitting the new pavement, and then you transition back onto the old pavement, and then you're already running a car that should have stock springs in the car.
Right.
So that'll make it roll over as you see him do that through 3 and 4 right there. But that is a battle for third right now.
Wise man once said, Hornets are not race cars, they're cars that you race, as Mooney makes the clean pass on the inside of Wingfield. Underneath him he goes. So the rally back to the front is complete for Keegan Mooney, as he is second, getting past Bryson Wingfield in turn 1 and 2.
And he's got a lot of ground to make up, as I believe he has about a straightaway separating him and Bjornsson. And at this point, he'll need a caution, as we will have 5 laps to go this time by.
So taking a look at the way that these cars are going through the corner, real hard look. Poor innocent Uke tire comes up and takes a chunk out of Tanner Bjornsson.
And he's still the leader. Still the leader. 5 laps to go. He made a Uke tire mad, and he's still leading this thing.
Yeah, not by much, though, as Mooney really closed in. Look at that. As that is Dillavern and Holden together. And Dillavern's just going to chill there right by our cluster of tires that barricades off where we have the figure 8 flagging going. And we may see a yellow. We do.
I'm interested to see what happened there. That looked like a pretty hard hit. I saw a car maybe going off the track there, so we'll see what happens here.
Okay.
And another caution.
Replay's coming. Here's from Dillavern's point of view. Around he goes. Yeah, there was wow. He got it from every angle on that.
Ouch.
And to a stop, pops the visor. Let's see what Surian sees. And oh yeah, 4 car of Thompson was the one that we didn't see, or the one we saw driving away from that. Here we go into the corner, and yeah, it's like watching a pinball bouncing off the bumpers at the back of the machine and racking up 1,000 points, maybe more for you on there. So multiple cars involved. That's going to bring everybody together, and we'll get one more restart here with now Mooney all the way up into second position and no ground to make up between him and Bjornsson.
Yeah, this will definitely be interesting. So, 5 laps to go, and we will see if anybody has anything for Bjornsson. Even a tire couldn't take him out.
Well, so far, we got 5 left. We'll see. That Uke tire is mean. It does some damage. So Bjornsson and Mooney 1 and 2. Tanner Bjornsson, Keegan Mooney, the generally looking 0-1. And the 11 of Keegan Mooney. Bryson Wingfield is third in the red, white, and blue 65. Fourth position is the 14 of Clint McCallan. Lila Mashburn is in the white and orange. It looks like a 30, but we're scoring it as a 31. In position number 5 as they'll bring it back to green.
We are back to green here, and Tanner Bjornsson will pick up once again where he left off. And it looks like the battle will shape up between second, third, and fourth as they go down the back straightaway into turn number 3.
Down and through, McCallan dive bombing through the corner looking for room, as is Mashburn trying to get forward. Good clean restart for Bjornsson, and even with the tire damage, looks like he's driving away here in the late stage.
Oh yeah, no one has anything for him. I think he might run into a tire again, and he might still have the win.
Let's not encourage him, though. Also during that, and I don't know if this is just me picking up on it, looks like we had some speed dry.
That's what I was going to ask you. I don't think that was there before, so we looked like somebody had some issues there as we're riding with Tanner Bjornsson. All right, we got to get him some gloves too.
Yeah, no kidding, guys. What's the point in wearing all fireproof stuff if you're not going to put fireproof on your hands? Hand fires count too. Bjornsson down the back straightaway, 2 to go. As taking a look at the sky up ahead, we're definitely not out of range for bad weather coming potentially. But white flag out, 1 to go for Bjornsson here in the Youth Hornet main.
And it has been the Tanner Bjornsson show all night so far, and he will go into turn number 3. Take it away, Caleb.
Nelson Motorsports, Youth Hornet main. Another win for Tanner Bjornsson, taking his way home to victory lane on the tri-oval. Keegan Mooney dug his way from the back into second, and Bryson Wingfield, the 65, taking third place. Let's take a look down to the Angel of the Winds Casino Resort podium and our top 3 interviews.
All right, first off, tell us your name and how old are you?
Bryson Wingfield, 14 years old.
Bryson, you start from the back, had to take the thing forward. How did you navigate this race tonight?
All because of the line and just, I feel like this road course is fit for me. I feel like I'm faster with this track when I'm racing on it. It was definitely pretty slick coming off that turn, but we managed to hold it off.
Tell me, how much fun are you having driving that car?
A lot of fun.
A lot of fun. Tell me who's made me it happen.
I'd have to thank Cowboy John Carlson, Mike Elliker, my papa, my mom, my sister, my entire family. Thank you for these fans for coming out, and I want to sponsor the High Friday band for this. And yeah.
One more time. Third place, Bryson Wingfield. So first off, tell us your name. How old are you?
Keegan Mooney, 15 years old.
Keegan, how much fun are you having driving that car?
Quite a lot. If I wasn't having fun, I wouldn't be here.
You started up near the front, had to navigate through traffic. Tell me, what'd you have to do to come home second?
I honestly couldn't tell you. I was fighting my own butt out there, trying to keep the car under my own belt. We were experimenting with the car earlier. Had a lot of spin outs, wasn't happy. I'm glad to finish this second.
Second place, tell us who helped you get there.
Got to start off with Vision wheels for the new wheels on the car and trailer. Without them, we wouldn't be racing. We'd be on cinder blocks in the garage. Andy at Les Schwab for putting all the effort into the vehicle. John at Cars, Wholesale Auto Express, Squires Auto Work, Johnny Auto Shine, Car Spa, and that's all I can name at the moment.
So okay, one more time, give it up. Tell me, what did you have to do to get that car up here?
Send it.
Just full on.
Yes.
Are you having a lot of fun driving that car around?
Too much.
Too much fun? Describe too much fun to me.
Fast around the corners.
Fast around the corners. Now, late race restart, only about 5 laps to go. What'd you have to do to secure the win?
Not let my car overheat.
Well, that would certainly help. Who would you like to thank to get in here?
My mom, my dad, Whiteside Steel, Stilly Auto Parts, Olympic Embroidery, Tire Pros of Arlington, and everyone that came out here today to watch, and my YouTube channel, Misfit Motorsports.
All right, give it up one more time for our winner.
We're moving on to the Legends next up here on Home Track Heroes on Seattle 11. Thanks for letting us entertain you here on Sunday night. He's Chad Fitzpatrick. I am Caleb Hart, and the Legends have made their way onto the racetrack for their long A-Main event. Let's get you the lineup here for the INEX Legends. Kaylee Decker's on the pole. She drives the 68 car from Duval and sponsored by Lewis and Maine. Next to Kaylee, it's Aaron Flett, the 98 from Tacoma, sponsored by Kent Collision Center.
And in the 13 of Jeremiah Johnson, sponsored by LB Motorsports. He is out of Linwood. And the 24 car, Chase Jensen, sponsored by North Bend Chevrolet. He is out of Everett.
Third row is Josh Vlock, 76C from Edmonds, the Burgess Construction Washington deck builder car. Dakota Gruchala, the 27D from Snohomish, the Weather Right roofing machine.
And the many-time champion, 11C of Chad Sinner, sponsored by Mazda of Everett. He is out of Redmond. And the 30B of Braden Wager, out of Camano Island. He is sponsored by Dirt Cheap Sewer.
Row number 5, Mason Nelson from Pacific Washington, the Tri-Vet ambulance number 37. Chris Thompson's next to him, the 10 from Snohomish, while the Right roofing sponsors that car.
The 33 car is Kyle Lang, out of Snohomish, sponsored by Phillips Law Firm. And the 51Z current points leader, John Zaretsky, out of Tacoma, sponsored by Mick Boland Construction.
Jaden Luce is the 19 from Issaquah. Nathan Adams is in the 65 next to him.
And run out the field, car number 20, one of the rookies, Damian Harris, out of Lake Stevens, sponsored by Flowmaster Gutters. And rounding out the entire field, 15D of Davis Jacobson, out of Bonnie Lake. He is sponsored by Evergreen Concrete Cutting.
Racing here on Home Track Heroes, brought to you by Gene Johnson Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. And this segment is brought to you by Granite Construction, the proud sponsor of our Super Sprint Car Series, and celebrating over 100 years in business. Granite Construction, an award-winning company and great place to work. Find your dream job today at graniteconstruction.com. So lined up, 16 cars, 40 times around?
40. This is a big one for him. Normally they're 30, 25, 30 laps. So we got 15 arguably extra laps to go. Lots can happen.
Yeah, these are tough little cars to drive, too. There's a lot of focus that's going to go in for all of the power, and as small and twitchy as they are, these drivers going to have to be on their A game. As we roll to the green flag, it is Decker and Flett leading them down the front straightaway.
And Kaylee Decker will grab the lead with the 98 of Aaron Flett hanging tough on the outside. And we got the 13 of Jeremiah Johnson looking to the inside for second, as they are still side by side going into 3. Look at Chad Sinner using the outside groove. He likes to drive on the outside, and working lap number 1, it is Decker leading.
Yeah, off their last race where it was a very wet condition rain, where John Zaretsky grabbed his first win here at Evergreen Speedway in a very, very long time. Sinner was a strong second that night. You see Mason Nelson following him through. I like the white teeth on the hood.
Getting loose.
Yeah, buddy. So we'll watch that outside line, and again, this will show you how hard these cars are to drive. See how much speed they're carrying in and how smooth they've got to be. One little mishandle on the steering wheel, and they could be around.
And look at Chad Sinner. I mean, he is drifting it through 1 and 2 that last go-round. I would say the outside groove is definitely not the fast one right now, just able to maintain a little contact between Nelson, I believe that was the 76 of V-Lock, as they are still trying to decide who's going to run in 5th.
Right now, it's going to be Kaylee Decker up in the lead with Jeremiah Johnson in the 2nd position. Johnson pushing the bottom of the racetrack. Had to back out of it a little bit through the corner. That allows Flett to roll back on him. Decker, Johnson, Flett here in the early goings. 4 of 40 done. It's only 10% over.
Oh, yeah, lots can happen as we got the 11 C of Chad Sinner trying to chase down the 98 Aaron Flett. Side-by-side battle for 5th as we got the 37 of Asa Nelson and the 76 of V-Lock. Fighting for that final 5th spot as Zaretsky, your current points leader, looking to see if he can maybe pick up 2 wins in a row.
If John goes points racing, he knows how to do it. It's just make consistent finishes. But truly, I don't know if that's in John's DNA. He is a I want to win kind of guy.
Yes.
As we get a car around the 65, Nathan Adams is facing the wrong direction. Off the inside Uke tires, we'll see our first caution of the event. And we're going to get a couple of looks, I'm told, from production as to how this all went down.
See how this went, going through 3 and 4. Looks like might have had a little help there. We'll see if we can get another angle there.
Coming off the corner. Here we are.
No help at all.
Optical illusion from the distance that they were running back. So around it goes Adams. We come back to the booth for a brief second as we re-rack and restack the Legend lineup with lots of laps in to go. Seems like everybody is still running. And as we head back to the racetrack, Kaylee Decker was going to be up front. Decker is now gone from this lineup. So Decker disappears, and now Jeremiah Johnson's your lead car.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see. Well, looks like Decker's in 3rd. So, okay, all right. Well, we'll see what happens there as we got Jeremiah Johnson, your leader.
I wonder if some kind of penalty was assessed, maybe for a start jump or something that they didn't want to call back, but
Possibly.
We're going to assess on the next dead ball, but next time that the race was brought to a stop. So there it is.
So, yeah, Jeremiah Johnson and Chad Sinner is your first row. As they're taking it very slow, very, very slow.
You know, especially when you're under the threat of poor weather conditions, right? You want to do everything you can to get as many laps as you can in, so you don't want to call back a bunch of starts and such like that. You'll just assess the penalty when you get an opportunity to do so.
And we are
only thing I can explain, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. And we are back to racing as Chad Sinner looking to maybe grab the lead from Jeremiah Johnson, using that outside groove to his advantage now, side by side down the front straightaway.
Johnson's got some strong family ties up here in the Northwest, I believe. I want to say he's got a, oh goodness, isn't an aunt that's a heck of a driver in karting world, and dad's also pretty good karter as well. So if I remember my story on Jeremiah Johnson, right now he's making his mark, leading this Legend main. I had a Sinner and Nelson in 2nd and 3rd.
And a very good save that last lap by Chad Sinner, Mason Nelson. They both made contact to 3 and 4, and they both were able to save it. But here comes John Zaretsky to the outside of Decker, looking to crack into that top 5, as that outside groove is not working out that well tonight. I've noticed in that.
He's not having quite the same success you would think. Now, again, inside groove is the shortest way around the racetrack, and if you can keep your speed, if you keep your foot in the gas pedal, it's going to be your best way by most of the time. Now, that's not always the case. Sometimes you got to burp the throttle quite a bit running the bottom, as Kyle Lang is showing right here, trying to burp the throttle just enough to get underneath Kaylee Decker coming out the corner.
Right at the rear bumper cover, as we got this 33 of Lang looking to the inside of Decker for 5th. Wager's there, Zaretsky's there, Volok is there, Thompson's there. Very, very tight battle, as Zaretsky will now go to the inside. He figured out the outside groove's not working, as we got some issues possibly. Yes, we do.
Oh, yeah, problems in the corner. That's Deckard and Volok coming through the turn. Caution is out as we've got a car slowing. And let's take a look and see how it all went down. Second look at it from the Aaron Flett cockpit.
Looks like just ran out of room, unfortunately.
Yeah, and you can see how quickly these cars get out of the throttle and start getting twitchy as they come through the turn. Second look from up top. And, oh, yeah, just Volok decided to play monster truck there in the corner and knocking some panels off and all over the place. So we'll get a chance to gather them all back up and restart once again, as the double file restart's certainly interesting as far as these guys are concerned.
Especially tonight, too, when we've already been seeing that normally at Evergreen Speedway, the outside groove does work.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, tonight, it's not. And, you know, all the years I've raced at Evergreen Speedway, there's just some nights the outside groove just does not work.
Okay. Any idea why? Is it just
You know what's so funny is the times that I've had issues, it has been weather like this, and it's also been 95 degrees. It could go from...
Really?
Yeah.
So you've experienced it on cold track and hot track.
Yes, I've had both.
Now, the way the track is lined up so far, and especially with only 4 classes running, one of them being a figure 8 class, actually, sorry, 2 of them not even getting onto the 3/8 mile. Do you think the amount of rubber, the amount of loose particles coming down on that has anything to affect?
I think it definitely does. This is a very, very green racetrack, and we are back underway. And let's see if Chad Sinner has anything for Jeremiah Johnson as they'll go scrambling towards turn number 1.
Into the turn they go. Here is Sinner digging hard on the outside once again as this race is getting closer to the halfway mark, still 8 laps away. And you can see in the back of the line some of the drivers trying to use that outside groove to make a move. Johnson will lead. Give Sinner second, and Nelson right underneath him trying to snag that spot away.
Yeah, Nelson looking to grab second spot from the 11C of Chad Sinner. Kyle Lang seeing if maybe he can get right behind the 37 of Nelson and maybe keep Chad Sinner up high. Sinner doing everything he can just to stay up there and keep from spinning. He is definitely hanging on for dear life up there.
Lang waiting for something to break loose up ahead of him. Good race for second between Sinner and Nelson, with Lang lingering, and this is letting Johnson rapid away from this field. Jeremiah Johnson looking good, and right now trending towards a very strong feature, potentially his first feature win if this keeps up, as it looks like Nelson finally getting clear. As
we got problems.
Turn 2's turned into Calamity Corner here
yeah.
in this Legend main event. So let's see if we can get another look at it. We're told it's the 10 of Thompson and the 51 of Zaretsky, the 2 cars involved, and a couple of replays coming from the production truck.
Let's see what happens here. Oh, a little interesting there. See if we can get another view, see what happens.
Okay, from the up top cam, let's take a look at it. And into the corner, 2 cars going for 1 spot. You can, you can assess your own blame and fault in however you want.
I honestly think, I don't think anyone was, trying to dump each other. Unfortunately, what happened from the one view is I think they made contact and it turned the Chris Thompson car right.
All right.
So that's what I saw.
Well, we got a few more laps in. We are 25 to go, 15 in, 25 left here in the INEX Legend main event here on Home Track Heroes. You can see both Zaretsky and Thompson restart at the back of the field, and they'll stack in 2 by 2. This time Johnson on the inside. First chance for Mason Nelson to go outside of him here in the restart. Second row is Chad Sinner and Kyle Lang, which is, turned into quite the battle here at Evergreen Speedway in the Legends.
This will be good. I bet Chad Sinner is actually very, very happy to be in third right now, so he's on the inside groove.
Yep.
That definitely has not been working out for him. Very, very slow to the green, and we are back underway. And Zaretsky, look at him, passing already 4 cars on the outside. He is wasting no time to get back up to the front.
So Zaretsky trying to pedal and make his way back through. Nelson with a good restart, though. He will clear Sinner and take over position number 2. Lang settling into the 4th spot once again as your top floor. After the restart, as of right now, unchanged.
Back up front, yeah, it's the 13 of Jeremiah Johnson. He's on a tear tonight. This is probably the best performance I've seen him in a long time, as Chad Sinner looking to the inside of Mason Nelson once again as they go into turn number 3. He has the advantage going through 3 and 4, gives second to Chad Sinner, and Kyle Lang looking to grab the 3rd spot from Nelson.
Yeah, Lang, right place, right time as Sinner kind of punched the hole, and Lang trying to follow him through. Nelson doing a really good job of making that middle to high groove work for him, but Lang with the preferred line around the racetrack. And here comes Braden Wager getting involved as well. Wager in the Dirt Cheap Sewer number 30. He's got a top 5 working. He wants to get up into that top 30.
And he'll take advantage as Nelson trying to get down low, and I believe he was able to. And we got more issues. Gosh, turn 2, I'm telling you, is not a good turn tonight.
It has been an unhappy corner. We need somebody to sacrifice a live chicken out in that turn to wear away the juju from it. As right now, we're still under green flag conditions. That was Flett, I believe, who got around. So you're watching And there is Sinner in second, Lang in third on the left, and the in-car from Kyle Lang as he tries to get up to the 4-time former champion.
As Lang looking to the inside, because Sinner got really loose coming off of 4. Sinner will give the inside groove to Lang, but looks like Sinner's actually hanging tough pretty well now on the outside.
You talked about cars that just weren't able to use the outside particularly well. Well, you get up into that middle groove, and Sinner is just fast enough to not only race there, but pass there as well. So we'll see if Chad can keep it up. Lang's got a good run to the inside of him coming through the corner. Can Chad hold the spot? Answer looks like no right now, as Lang's going to shoot by him underneath for second.
And Wager trying everything he can to get underneath Sinner as well. Once you get past Sinner, it's pretty hard to pass him back.
Yes, it is.
So that's a good battle for 4th, I believe. Yeah, as Wager hanging on for dear life on the outside, as is Sinner on the or inside versus outside, as they're side by side still going into 3.
It's the final podium spot that they're battling for at the moment. As we're going to get a caution flag. Understand it might be the dreaded turn 2 again. What do you know? Turn 2.
4 for 4.
Kaylee Decker and Aaron Flett, the 2 cars in there. Let's take a look at the replays. Here it is from Flett's point of view into what
Separate.
Okay, yeah, Flett over the turn, blows up and through the water, and that's what gets him there. And then it was Decker in the second quarter, as we're going to take a look at that. We'll take a break. We'll come back with more Home Track Heroes here on Seattle 11. Well, we're midway through an INEX Legends A main event here on Home Track Heroes on Seattle 11. Of course, our show brought to you by Gene Johnson Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. My name is Caleb Hart. Chad Fitzpatrick is with me. And, 18 laps to go here in the INEX Legends. It's been a good one so far.
It definitely has. 4 cautions so far, and I think almost all of them have been in turn 2. So we'll see what happens here.
A good chunk of the field is still out and running with us as we get ready to go back to green. Our segment here brought to you by the Buzz Inn Steakhouse. They serve hand-cut Angus steaks. Yum. Breakfast all day at mouth-watering burgers. Visit one of their 13 locations, or the one right just across the street from the racetrack. Buzz Inn Steakhouse, proud sponsor of the Stinger 8 class here at Evergreen Speedway.
So there's going to be some very interesting things when these drivers go down the backstretch. Someone went off the backstretch and moved a lot of water onto the race groove. So this will be interesting as we will go green once again, and Jeremiah Johnson will pick up from where he left off, and Chad Sinner now will move into second.
Boy, that inside lane was a good choice for Sinner that time. It didn't pay off for him last time he was trying to get around Nelson, but this time by, he's back up and into second place. Sinner in second, trying to chase down Johnson. Third place is Lang in the 33 car.
And look at John Zaretsky from the back of the pack using that outside groove to his advantage now. He's able to make it work, and he will grab 4th spot. That last corner, you noticed a lot of people drifted high. They hit that water, I believe, that Aaron Flett left, and it looks like it's not going to be any hindrance now, and I just say that, and I see Chris Thompson spinning
And
out.
there is Chad laying the whammy, or the commentator's curse. Well done, sir. That happens. We're going to have to take a time out and get that all cleaned up and get Thompson turned back around the correct direction. As we are going to get a couple of looks at it. And like we said, we've been fighting weather all day today. There is precipitation that has come down. And, let's take a look and see what happens from Aaron Flett's perspective here.
Looks like he might have hit the little bit of that water and just went around.
Looped it down on the inside there. Second look at it and watch the blue 10 car from that angle. There he is, just hanging out, taking a look at the inside wall.
The perks about racing in the PNW, right?
Hey, you got to be ready for days like this, and especially here at Evergreen Speedway, where we go rain or shine for most of our divisions. We won't run the sprint cars, we won't run the pro late models, but other than that, if they're on the card and the wet weather comes, we're running.
And we are one of the only, not the only, but one of the only tracks that do race in the rain.
It's a special, different skill set, is it not?
It definitely is. I went down to the Snowball Derby last year, and we were talking about the rain. And we were saying I'm from the Pacific Northwest, and we race in the rain other than the late models and the sprint cars. And they looked at me going, you you guys actually race in the rain? And go, oh, yeah, it could be done.
Yeah,
it could be done.
Yeah, otherwise, it would be looking at
We'd never race.
Yeah, we would. Well, we would at least lose, or your month of March, your opener, and most of your April starts to get a little spotty at that point in time, right?
Oh, yeah.
We want to entertain our fans. Everybody who comes out and joins us every week here at Evergreen Speedway, they deserve to see a show, and we're going to do our best to put it on for them.
And they definitely do, as we are back to green. A very, very slow start for Johnson as Chad Sinner looking to see if he can grab the lead from the outside, and he will. New leader off of turn number 2, Chad Sinner.
Sinner took the young guy to school there on the restart as he'll jump up and around him. And you see he is staying left side tires just a hair off the white line. Smart move by Chad. He has seen a couple of guys get down there and get things too wet and get around, so he took it up just a half groove in 3 and 4, and looks like a bold strategy that works out well for him.
I'm noticing the last couple laps before, he was running halfway up, halfway in between the first and second groove, and he seemed to have found some speed there. Kind of, I know you generally don't want to do that, but if it works, you might as well do it. As John Zaretsky hanging on for dear life up high, he went from 16th back to about 5th, so he's definitely passed the most cars tonight.
Right now, though, he's kind of strung out in that same middle groove that Sinner made work so well. He has not been able to make it work as well for him, but that is a great tooth and nail battle with Braden Wager for 4th, and now John going to back out of it, pull back down to the very bottom. He'll get the left side tires down underneath the white, and that's the danger zone.
Yeah, you don't hit. He can't run his typical John Zaretsky line down to the flagpole or the flag stand and go back up into the groove. It's not going to work, as we got the flagger pointing in turn number 3, and we got another caution bringing out, looks like Chris Thompson.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, Thompson and Flood are not having a super fun game in here by any means. Let's look in car on Flood right as he's getting around and putting some tire smoke out there. And I think we're going to get a second look at this from a different angle. Yeah, let's take a look at the up-top view. Wow, he didn't even get tapped. That just sent her a little too hard.
That was the classic case of trying not to hit another car, and unfortunately spun yourself out when that happens.
All right. Well, we're getting this last half of the race done, a couple of laps at a time. It happens sometimes. INEX Legends main event, they were scheduled for 40. We're 28 in. 12 to go, but you do have a new race leader. Chad Sinner is in the white and green 11. The black and green 13, Jeremiah Johnson, have the race of his life in the second row. 33 of Kyle Lang and the 30 of Braden Wager, making up your top 4 at the moment.
So we'll see what happens here, since we have Chad Sinner taking the field to the green, if they're going to go very slow like they have been traditionally, or if he's going to have a little bit more of a faster pace going to the green. And it looks like right now it might be that traditional very slow pace.
Sinner knows the value of varying your starts and making the guy outside guess when you're going to try to jump into it and stick with you. Now, you can't go too early. They will call you for jumping the start.
Oh, yeah. I've been black flag. Trust me, I know.
And there's very little worse than being black flagged from the pole on the start, right?
Yes, very much so.
It's an ugly feeling.
Chad Sinner will regain the lead as they go into turn number 3. Mason Nelson now stuck on that outside groove. They've been pinballing back between 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. They can't figure out where to run.
Is Mason stuck out there, or does he have a free lane to work in? Okay, yeah, stuck, as he has to settle into 5th. Again, Sinner's been the only guy who's really been able to venture up half a groove and make it work during the course of this race. Right now, he is in a dogfight, as down low, Johnson goes to try to take the lead back from him. And Wager trying to jump in and take second away from Johnson as he makes that move.
Yeah, Chad Sinner definitely has his hands full. As Jeremiah Johnson, he is not going to give up that lead anytime soon, or not trying to go down without a fight. And while that's happening, Braden Wager is right there as well, as he keeps looking to the inside, but that's going to scrub speed off of him, as Wager is definitely the man on the move right now.
So Wager right in, half a car length behind Johnson, and Johnson trying to figure out the combination to get back by Chad Sinner. Sinner that last time cut down sharply getting into the corner. Watch this. It's like literally right across the nose of Johnson, and Johnson's got to be prepared for that.
Oh, no.
Can't prep for that, as he was... Well, we're going to get a second look and see how that all went down, but clearly contact between Johnson's 13 and the 30 of Wager brings us to another caution flag. Let's see it again. Well, Aaron Flett's in-car's getting a lot of love today.
He's getting a lot of TV time tonight.
Brandy must have liked the views out of the... So here's from our turn 1 cam, and mistakes happen. Hard to pinpoint. I mean, I think I saw the 13 of Johnson mostly straight, but it doesn't take a whole heck of a lot to get to the point where that left rear is vulnerable.
Well, the hard part is it's either you don't hit the puddle. The puddle was right there. They were both going to go through the puddle, or
Yep.
you try to maybe sneak your way through, and unfortunately it didn't work out for both, and that was heartbreak for the 13 of Jeremiah Johnson.
Somebody's got your inside. You have two choices, right? And it depends on how hard you want to defend the position, and especially coming out of turn number 2, right? You can take a wide exit to the corner and give them plenty of room, extra room if you want. And then some people would say that holding your line through the turn is really pinching the corner off. But
Yep.
it's at the same time, it's not, right? You're coming off. You only have one way to defend, and that's to make the guy hold that bottom the whole time, lose speed coming off the turn, and then you have a chance to keep the position going into 3.
100% correct, as we are back to green once again as Chad Sinner grabs the lead. Here comes Mason Nelson looking to grab second place from the 33, Kyle Lang. Lang says nope, and he will look to the inside going into turn number 3.
So let's, if these guys are still kind of side by side going in the corner, of course they're not, but if they were, you take a look at it and the lines they come off on. Let's say that Lang right there has a car that is halfway underneath him to the point where he's covered. Lang's got to give him enough room to get through because he's covered, but he doesn't have to give him any additional space than that.
Correct.
And as long as you're not driving down further at the exit of the corner, you're technically not pinching.
I agree with you 100%, as Lang looked right to the inside of the 11C of Chad Sinner off turn number 2 down the back straight. The battle for the lead is shaping up as Lang might have something for Chad Sinner.
We might actually have a really good example of what I was talking about right there. Now, the last time by, Lang didn't have him covered, so Sinner's still got a right to have that car in whatever groove he is. And covered, generally speaking, in stock car racing, front tires up to the numbers, right?
Yeah, exactly.
If you're not there, the lane's not yours.
You know, and it depends on every track is different too on how they officiate that too.
Sure.
So here at Evergreen Speedway, generally if you just both go around, or if you spin someone out, it doesn't matter if it's on purpose or not, you both go to the back.
And that's also a thing that works out between the drivers in the pit area a lot, right?
Oh, yes.
Hey,
most definitely.
Oh, that's how you're going to drive me? Okay. I know that in the future, if you get to there, guess what? It's free reign.
Oh, yeah. Someone like me, I will never give you the inside groove, but if you take the outside, I will give you all the room in the world.
There you go. Lang going to take another shot, looking to the inside of Sinner, and again, Sinner gave him just half a lane getting into the corner. Lang couldn't quite get up there enough as we come into 2 to go. Now Lang's got him, and he's got a nose on him going into the turn. Sinner kept more momentum, and because of so, drives away from him off of turn number 2.
Yep, you don't want to give the 30, if you're Chad, you do not let him get underneath you, because you're going to take that preferred line as the white flag is out. One more lap to go for Chad Sinner.
This is going to be thrilling. Lang again pulls even with him. They'll make contact. Sinner off the top, keeps momentum. Down the back straightaway, can he get the door closed one more time at the bottom of 3? Yes, he can. Sinner gets the door closed. Lang's going to scramble for down the front stretch, but it's Sinner taking the win. Lang second and Nelson third. And a fabulous finish here in the INEX Legends. We'll go down trackside to DT on TV for the Angel of the Winds Casino Resort podium.
Mason talked to you there early on as the laps wound down. There you were watching the battle unfold in front of you. What more do you think you needed to get to him?
It would have helped if I didn't get into Josh there at the beginning. It knocked out my toe a little bit, so I was fighting some demons there, trying to keep this car going in circles. But other than that, we were able to get it done with the 3rd place today.
You put on a good show in that number 37. Seeing you touring around, how does Evergreen stack up against some of those other tracks?
I mean, there's nothing like it out there. When you go into turn 1, you got a bunch of different tracks. You got to be ready for everything. Water coming into the corner. You never really know with this track. It's always setting you on your toes.
I know you got a big team back there helping you out. Who is it?
I got to thank my crew, mostly, especially Rick. He's been busting his butt trying to get this car going in circles for us. I got to thank my mom. I got to thank Rick. I got to thank my grandparents, my dad, and Amber and Emma for everyone who's helped me out here. And then I got to thank my sponsors. I got TriMed, Donavo. I got, I got a lot of people there helping me out here. I got to thank Elevate Racing Media. I got Resh Radin, Designs, and then a whole bunch of other people. If I'm forgetting you, I'm sorry. I'll shout you out on my social media here after this race, but I can't thank them all enough for helping me out get here today.
3rd place tonight, the number 37, that's Mason Nelson. Well, Kyle, I feel like I'm back 2 years ago. You and Sinner battled a lot back then. A bit of nostalgia for you coming into this one?
Yeah, he's an amazing driver, and, you know, it's been a great battle between us, I feel like, every year we've raced.
What more do you think you needed just to get by him there with that one-to-go move?
I like to believe I could have got it in a few more laps. I was definitely trying pretty much every lap of the ending of the race.
Certainly put on a show. Clinic there on the inside line. Who helps to get that car out here?
Phillips Law Firm, Third Gen Race Cars, Premier Painting, J2 Racing Parts, my mom and dad, and Michael Fritz.
Driver of the number 33, that's Kyle Lang, second tonight. Chad, we talked at the end of last season, we talked about you coming back to winning form. Show up here, first 2 weekends, a second and a first. How does it feel to be back up here?
It feels really good compared to last year. Didn't have the greatest year, but other than him coming around, that was the best thing. But tonight was a good race. I'm glad it dried out. Finally got some good laps on the car. I think it could use a little work to make it a little better, but we were able to get the job done.
That number 11C was fast all day. What was going through your mind on all those restarts, lining up next to Johnson?
Man, I just needed to capitalize on one of them, and I finally did, and then just kind of needed to protect a little bit with water and oil on the track. Made it an interesting race.
And I know you got a team back there helping you out. Who helps you get this 11C car to victory lane?
Got to thank Crossroads Towing, Mazda of Everett, Palmer's, Imperial Auto Salon, Elevate Racing Media, Brandy Hood Promotions, Joe's Racing Products, my fiance, Cooper, my mom, Lauren, TJ, Keegan, Billy, everyone that makes this possible.
Driver the number 11C, your race winner tonight, Chad Sinner.
You are tuned in to Home Track Heroes here on Seattle 11. Excited to have you in with. My name is Caleb Hart. He is Chad Fitzpatrick. We move on. It is time for some mini stock action. Of course, our program here on Home Track Heroes brought to you by Gene Johnson Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. 40 times around for our BECU Mini Stock A main event. Your lineup looks like this. Gavin Ballou is on the pole in the 12. He's from Marysville in the Apsher Build LLC car. Next to him, it is the defending champion, the 221 of Lyndon Smith from Everett, and the PRCBD.com sponsored car.
The 21J of Justin Brave, he is out of Monroe, sponsored by J2 Racing, not Parts. And last week's winner, the 81 of Bobby Fisher's out of Lake Stevens, sponsored by Tire Pros of Arlington.
Row number 3 is Jimmy Apsher. He's from Marysville. MPM Welding and Fabrication, the sponsored there. Trent Gillespie next to him, the 025 from Granite Falls, and the Waltz Demo and Excavating car.
And the 14 car, Eric Kelly, is sponsored by Northwest Security and Sound, and the 18J at Jackson Beckel out of Snohomish, sponsored by Tire Pros of Arlington.
Row number 5, Ryan Hausenfluck, the 33. Travis Woodward, the 16, and the Brava Pizza of Snohomish car from Lake Stevens.
Randy Ditmars is in the 61 car out of Snohomish, sponsored by the ATR Andrews Truck Repair, and the 2 car defending champion Scott Lacrosse, sponsored by Crooks and King Barber Company.
Row behind them, Jaden Kelly is in the 24 from Briar, Washington, Tom's Automotive car, and Tegan Bjornson in the 59, the Misfit Motorsports car from Arlington.
And the 18 of Paisley Bender out of Snohomish, sponsored by Stride Line Stocks, and the 11 of Mike Hawley out of Arlington, sponsored by Glen Eagle Golf Course.
And then Ronnie Apsher brings up the back of the field in the 72 from Federal Way, United States Seafood, sponsored there. Big field of cars, green flag out, 17 of them originally started, and we might be down one already for 40 laps.
Yeah, that's not how you want to start off.
No, this is very bad, very, very bad. So let's get a look at the replay and catch who all was involved, as that was ugly from Travis Woodward's perspective. And Woodward, escapes by as Lyndon Smith was the car that was around from the outside.
We'll see how this goes.
Wow,
Wow.
Justin Brave.
Look at Bobby Fisher,
Bobby
too.
Fisher. Look at that. Somehow those guys saved her.
And a hard hit between Ditmars and the 221 of Smith. That nowhere to go. What a hard hit there. That is not the way you want to start, especially with a big field like that.
Well, it's quickly gone from a big field to a slightly smaller field, and still 40 laps to go. So we'll see how they end up scoring it. Fisher is on the outside front row. Looks like Ballou is being given the inside front row back. So they'll be 1 and 2 as we come to the restart. And everybody else kind of paired down.
Yeah,
so
that took a good for sure 2 cars out. We don't see, for sure, Smith, and I don't see Ditmars either. That was some heavy front end damage off that car, both of those cars.
And I don't see Absher at the back of the field as well, so we've lost a few already.
Yeah, not a good way to start, but we're going to go through and try this once again off turn number 4. The number 12 of Gavin Blue will take us to the green, and 3 wide. We'll watch and see what happens there.
Oh,
That's
boy.
a big no-no there, so we'll see if they'll let that go.
At the same time, Jimmy Absher is the man without fear. He is going to do that. Is there a hole? Perfect. I'll drive right through it. As he is up into the second spot, and he's looking to the inside of Fisher, who's rolling around the middle just like he did for his feature win. Fisher leads lap 1, but Absher right there to challenge him.
Yeah, Absher looking to grab the lead on the inside. Last week's winner, first time ever, I believe, in a mini stock. Bobby Fisher hanging tough on the outside as they go into turn number 3. They look like they're going to let that start go. So if you can get away with it, do it.
That's right.
No.
Boo.
There goes the black flag. So your leader is Bobby Fisher.
Oh,
and we will see if he will take the black flag. If not, they'll just quit scoring him.
Well, I mean, that was just fun. I don't know. Well, it's not my call, and I'm not an official. I'm just a commentator. But, you know, hey, gap open. Go for it, right?
Well, that's the hard part, and he will take the black. So, yep, your leader is the 81 of Bobby Fisher. Justin Brave in second. I believe that would be Jackson Beckel in third. His second race, and he's running in the top 3. Great job by him. There's a lot of rookies in this class.
There's a bunch. It's a strong field, and there's more cars yet to come out at some point in time.
Yeah, we might be flirting with the B main here soon. You got to have 22 to get that, and we're only short by 4 cars.
They're 4-cylinder cars. Let them all run. It'll be fun. Just keep packing them on there. The more the merrier. I remember as a kid, I saw like a 40-something car bump to pass main that they ran on the 3/8. It was insane.
Oh, my.
Yeah. Love it.
Wow.
Fisher leads, Brave second, Beckel third as the field stretches out. And that's a long run here. Again, 40 lapper. They're only 5 laps into it, so a lot can happen. These drivers who might have had trouble on the opening lap, settle down, settle in. Got a long ways to go.
Well, this will definitely be good practice for these mini stock drivers because this is the same length of the race that the Summer Showdown will be for them, so they will get a taste of what their car will do after that extra 10 laps that they will have after lap 30. So we'll definitely see what will happen after this.
Big move by Woodward. Gonna sneak underneath Gillespie. That car, oh boy, hang on. Trent Gillespie, he got her. So move Woodward forward, and following Woodward in behind him, trying to pick up the car number on that. It is come on, switch over. Zoom in. More different
33.
zoom in. All right.
33.
So the 33 car rolling into that spot. That is, of course, I'll find him. Ryan Hausenfluck.
Oh, I believe that was a former former Hornet champion.
Yes,
in
indeed.
that car, and that car is a former mini stock champion as well.
Okay.
That's, Colton Price's old mini stock.
Got it. Well, Woodward makes the pass on Blue, so forward he goes as Hausenfluck working the outside of Blue, trying to pick up another position and go forward. Your leader is cruising away. That's the lap car, the 24 of Kelly. Blue gets by. Hausenfluck gets by as well.
He is definitely, Gavin Blue, hard on the brakes going into turn number 3, lighten those brakes up. You don't want to do that too often. He's got 30 more laps to go. I bet now, or if not, in the next couple laps, those brakes will be going to the floor very soon.
Jackson Beckel on the 18, trying to lap team car Paisley Bender. Get around the outside. Here comes Hausenfluck. Looking in the middle, coming off the corner, angles it wide of Blue. Blue got to deal with Bender's 18 car. He'll loop around the outside. Ryan will follow as those two maintain their spots.
Yeah, and about a car length separating both of them. As they go into turn number 3, Blue still hard. There's got to be something going on, going wrong with the brakes there. As they come down the front straightaway, that's the battle for second and third as Hausenfluck looks to the inside of Blue.
Ryan has got the angle, he's got the position, the preferred line around the racetrack. We'll watch and see if he can secure it going into 3. They're pretty evenly matched going the back straightaway as far as power is concerned.
Yeah.
But short way around the track prevails, and Hausenfluck will take over fourth position and slam the door going into turn 1.
Gavin was trying to look to the inside once again, but Hausenfluck has a really, really good burst of speed coming off at turn number 2, as looks like the 12 of Gavin Blue might be holding on to the brakes down the backstretch.
Yeah, so talk to me a little bit about what you feel as far as the brake pedal goes. You've been out there for 75 lap races, 50 lap races, all the way up to, you've run a 150 before? I know you've
I've ran
gone 120,
before.
you've gone 200. What's it feel like to have that pedal kind of get soft on you gradually over time?
And quite honestly, it gets kind of scary when you're going into turn 1, as we got a good battle for third here. It looks like the 16 of Travis Woodward and the 18 of Jackson Beckel battling for that second and third spot? No, third and fourth.
Third and fourth.
Third and fourth.
Woodward makes the pass and into the spot.
But back to what we were talking about. When you're going 125 miles an hour into turn 1 on the 5/8 and you don't know if you have brakes, it kind of gets a little nerve-wracking.
Sure, because you want to get the car, I don't want to say whoa it up, but you want to kind of get the car into dive at the center, at the beginning of the corner, right?
Yes, yeah.
So you'll do that with a subtle application of the brake pedal going into the turn?
And correct. And once the brakes get too spongy, it's almost impossible for the car to do that.
And there's no way for you to back far enough out of the throttle to get the car properly settled going into the turn, right? You'd have to be lifting mid straightaway at that point.
Yeah, and that'll just take a whole bunch of speed away from your car, as they're going to put down the 2 of Scott Lacrosse down a lap. He is a multi-champion in this mini stock division. Very interesting to see him getting lapped, as a good battle still shaping up between Woodward and Beckel. Yeah, as Beckel hasn't left him.
Those two had issues on opening night, if you remember correctly.
Yep.
They tussled a couple of times, and Beckel, the rookie to the division, he's got a real strong fourth going right now, but Woodward's starting to pull away from him. If we get another look at the blue car, we'll take it again. You said that he might be riding the pedal a little bit down the front straightaway. That can be as easy as having a pedal that's too sensitive and just resting your foot on it a little too much.
Yes, I've myself personally had that issue before. As you can see it, that is, the brake should not be hot going down the straightaway. So it might even be maybe a sticky caliper.
Okay.
Something like that too. I know this is not a new car for Gavin, so I'm sure he would have figured it out by now not to ride the brakes. I'm thinking it's more of a mechanical failure, not a driver error.
Oh, look at that. Paisley.
3 wide.
Yeah, Beckel and Woodward made a bender sandwich, and it's actually going to be Beckel gaining the position back over Woodward, at least for the time being. Now, Travis very adept at running the low groove and taking it where he can get it, but Jackson Beckel, bang, shot out of a cannon, retakes the third spot.
Went to the outside, went where the other cars were not going, and it actually worked out for him. Great move by him, especially being a rookie in this class, going from the figure 8 division to an oval track. I believe he did maybe some Hornets before, so he might have some oval experience. I'm not 100% sure, but definitely doing a great job.
Well, we know the JBR cars. We know John Bender and that crew is very adept at building fast 4 cylinders around the 3/8 Evergreen Speedway. So he's got a good group in behind him helping him out as we watch Woodward trying to take that spot back into turn number 1 from the in-car camera. He'll back out of her and see if he can find a spot. Swings wide, coming down the back straightaway, almost dipping off to the access road coming through and trying to carry it through the corner to get around the outside of Beckel.
Yeah, Beckel's definitely giving him a lot of room to try to get to the outside. Woodward struggling to try to maybe maintain that spot up there. Might be, like we said, what we spoke about earlier, definitely a green track, and it's wet. You could definitely see the water going down to the back straightaway, so it's definitely going to upset the car. But it actually worked out pretty well for him, but just doesn't have that speed to maintain.
He's got to have a little bit of bravery, too. Take the car all the way to that ragged edge on the straightaway and get everything out of it. You see he came a little bit lower through the turn that time and will follow down the back chute on this one. As we watch the Woodward and Beckel battle here on Home Track Heroes, segment brought to you by Town & Country Tractors. Town & Country Tractors, you can find a wide range of tractors, mowers, and power equipment for residential lawn care to commercial farming.
So battle on the track right now is still for third and fourth, as it looks like they're going to put down the 14 of Eric Kelly down a lap that's way far in the distance. But while those two are battling, the 33 of Hassenflock is also joining them. So this is a 3-car battle for that final transfer, or not final transfer, final podium spot.
Well, and if the spotter, if Travis has spotter communication, he's going to be telling them 33 coming, 3 cars back, 2 cars back, 1 car back. So if Travis was lingering at all, waiting to try to make that move, at that point he said go, and we're going to have a lead change here, as it looks like Fisher got hung up on Baloo, and that allows Brave to get by.
Yeah, Brave will definitely take advantage of that. Something going on with Gavin Blue's car. Normally we don't see him getting lapped, but yeah, Bobby Fisher, something going down with him. It looks like he might be losing power.
Yeah, that was a lot of speed lost in a big hurry for the 81 car. Go back to your battle for third. What an epic contest this is between Woodward and Beckel. It looks like Woodward finally gets him back. Meanwhile, down a lap and black flagged, here comes Mr. Excitement, Jimmy Absher.
So we'll have to see how many laps he's down, because he might be able to maybe race his way
listen,
back onto the lead lap.
At this point, I don't care. Print the T-shirt. I will buy it.
Oh, we got problems in turn number 2. We'll watch and see who that is.
Radio reports it might be Lacrosse. Oh, yeah. Big steam bellowing from Scott Lacrosse in the 2 car. Lacrosse, part-timer these days. He has not been out for full seasons. And let's see what happened on the 2 from Woodward's angle.
Water. He hit the lake going into turn number 2.
Aha.
But look at all that water now they are going to have to drive through on that restart.
Yeah, you don't want to put a speedy dry patch down that big. This is just going to be, all right, guys, get your tires in it and go swerve, right?
Yeah. So if you're Justin Brave, you can choose. The leaders do get the option to choose.
Yeah.
Do you choose high or do you choose low? I would choose high.
It's going to depend on how dry that spot gets, right? Now, with Fisher fading as badly as he did, I think I'd stick inside and just pedal it a little bit.
You know, you're probably right there. If Fisher wasn't having the issues that he was, maybe I would choose the outside.
Maybe.
I've done it before in the street stock, and it worked out.
You know, more often than not, I know this much. I'm probably not giving up the preferred line, no matter how. It's just it's wet. They got a few laps to roll around in it. There's still a lot of cars out there. I'm probably never giving up the inside. Not in pavement racing.
Yeah. As we are back to green, and Justin Brave will grab the lead going into 1. As we got Bobby Fisher now trying to hang tough on the outside. Drives right alongside down the back straightaway. Something going wrong.
Yeah.
Something definitely went wrong going into turn number 3.
Trying to get up to top speed, and that Fisher mechanical difficulties on the 81 car. He's going to fade way back. Big move to the inside now for Jackson Beckel in the 18. Couldn't stick it, so Beckel got back to second, and we might get a re-engagement of that Beckel and Woodward battle again. That could be cool.
Yeah, definitely be interesting as they go into turn number 3 and 4. I'm definitely interested to see. I believe they do the lucky dog for mini stocks, but I don't know if Absher was eligible for that or not. But notice the couple of the cars that go to the inside will drift up a little bit from hitting that water, as it didn't seem to be any hindrance to him at this point. But we got 8 laps or 7 laps to go now for Justin Brave to hopefully maybe pick up his first win of the season.
So Absher's being scored in 9th. I think he's the first car a lap down at this point in time within the field. So he is still trying to get himself unlapped. Gonna need some help to do it, but you see how fast the 26 car is as he rolls up on the back of your 3rd place Travis Woodward, and trying to be a factor here late as he tries to pick up more spots. Like I said, print me the Jimmy Absher t-shirt. Print it now.
And it's a delicate situation that Jimmy Absher is in. I've been in the same situation with my Pro Late model. I've had issues. I was able to get back out again, and I'm running with the leaders. But you really don't want to race them because they're having their own race, and it's not your race because your lap's down. So you just kind of hang around them. But it seems to be working out for him now.
It's a lot different, though, in the position that Absher is in, and I say that because, he's clearly got a better car right now than Travis. He just drove right around the outside of him, but he's also coming up to pass these guys as opposed to them coming up to pass him. There is a big difference between...
contact.
Oh, God. There is a big difference between being, I've got the faster car and I'm trying to unlap myself, versus I've got a car that's barely good enough to hang on the lead lap and they're trying to put me further back. In the one instance, you really do have to race responsibly, right?
Yeah.
You can't screw up the leader's race. Yeah, you can maintain your line and try to hold and stay on the lead lap. Here, Absher's a spot away from unlapping himself and then a caution away from being up front for a restart.
Yeah, and then he could possibly be in contention to win if there's another caution.
You need some help, but
3 laps to go, and in that instance, if you're Bender or Woodward, your spotter, just let him go by. Let him go by.
Yeah, absolutely. Beckel lost a little bit of the position that he had gained over Woodward. Woodward trying to come in late and be a factor as we're down to 1 to go. And this has been easy for Justin Brave from the time that he picked that lead up. These last 12 have gone relatively simple for him, just the way you like it.
Yeah, just a half a lap away from picking up his first win, as he just has to crank that wheel a couple more times, and he'll be the winner of the second mini stock main event. Take it away.
BECU mini stock feature win to Justin Brave, the 21 car. Congratulations. It was a really good race between the guys in second and third, and it ends up going to Jackson Beckel over Travis Woodward. Fantastic BECU mini stock main event. I believe we will send things down to Ben on the Angel of the Winds Casino Resort podium.
Travis, late rate restart. What's the first thing that go through your head when you see that?
Either mayhem or we go. That's all. It's with the drivers around we got up here, it was going to be clean all the way.
Lots of traffic tonight. What did you have to do to negotiate to get your way through the cars down a lap?
Just keep it clean, get around them as fast as we can to get to the front.
And who out there helped you make sure pilot that car to third?
I got my son on the radios. I got Brava Pizza. I got Elevate Racing Media, Finish Line Heating and Cooling, RBD Fabrication, Brava, Simon and Santoine. There's a ton of people, my whole family, my crew.
Perfect. Third place, Travis Woodward. Jackson, tough race tonight. Had to play a lot of defense. Walk me through what you needed to do to get second.
I don't know. I had Travis behind me. I knew he was pretty fast. I don't really know. My team all day helped me out all day long, trying to improve the car. I don't know. I don't think I had anything brave. He was fast.
Tell me right now, how are you feeling coming home second?
From getting wrecked twice last week to come home second this week, it feels pretty good.
And who helped you get here?
Joe's Racing Products, PRCBD, Tire Pros, John, Augie, my dad, 2.5 Men Barbecue, Strideline Socks, Hottie Hair Lounge, and Flat Holland.
Thank you. Give it up to second place, Jackson Beckel. Justin, just walk me through, what did you have to do to pilot the car to victory lane?
Survive. Coming out of turn 2 on the first lap, 2 cars in front of me are sideways. I got to shoot through them, somehow make it out. Another car coming across in front of me, I cut around and survive. I don't know how I made it through that, but got pretty lucky there. Solid restart, settled into second, got a nice lead from third, but was falling way behind Bobby, and then I don't know what happened to him. His car, I just saw it go up and smoke some. Very unfortunate, because he was definitely running away with it and probably earned it, but it was still a good race. Restart, Beckel got tried to get underneath me on the restart, stressed me out some, but thankfully good restart, got out in front, held on to it, and very fortunate to be here.
Derek mentioned while you were going around a handful of times, just came up short. How sweet does it feel to stand here in first?
It feels phenomenal. Last week I was in first for a long time. Yellow came out towards the end and lost it, and a lot of second places, but these firsts feel great. And I couldn't do it without J2 Racing, Central Welding, Pace Engineering, Craig Rhodes Race Shop, Eden Gate Farms, and of course my mom, my dad for all their love and support, and my brother for coming out to help me.
All right, thank you. Give it up for the fastest front wheeler in the West, Justin Brave.
Sunday night, that means you are tuned in to Home Track Heroes right here on Seattle 11. He is Chad Fitzpatrick, Pro Late Model feature winner out of town. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And I am Caleb Hart. These are the Monroe Grocery Outlet Super Stock Figure Eights. 40 times. That's like a little mini Figure Eight Nationals main event for these guys.
80 times through the intersection.
Oh, boy. And, of course, Home Track Heroes brought to you by the fine folks at Gene Johnson Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. Let's take a look at your A main event starting lineup. Chris Southard's got the pole, the All-South Plumbing 76S from Everett, and Robert Weldon, Big Bird, next to him, the 63 from Arlington, the All-Ply Roofing LLC car.
The 23 is Jim Mackey out of Gold Bar, sponsored by Tony V's Garage, Saloon, and Eatery, and the 66 of Rick Jones out of Linwood, sponsored by Winter Speed Shop in Berrien.
Row number 3, Jeff Talbert, 72 from Arlington, the Pilchuck Heating car, 36 Bill Fleischacker from Duval, and the Papa's Bar of Monroe machine.
The 17X of Rick Yargis out of Stanwood, sponsored by McCarthy General Contractor, and the 43 is Sheridan Vincent out of Darrington, sponsored by Siskin Power Equipment.
Row number 5 is Chevy Vincent, the Homegrown Hair Studio, number 45 from Darrington. Next to him, the One-Arm Bandit, multiple-time track champ Quentin Borison, the Mary's Towing, number 5 from Aberdeen.
And our defending winner and current points leader, the 67 of Mackenzie Dietz out of Monroe, sponsored by BECU, and a former Figure 8 winner, or Figure 8 champion, the 88 of Guy Litz out of Bothell, sponsored by Protocol Plumbing.
Row behind them, Blaine Manning's 11, sponsored by Be Happy Carpet Cleaning, and Jess Wilkinson, the JE55 in the Pilchuck Heating and Air Conditioning car.
The 8 car of Jacob Funk out of Mill Creek, and the 69 car RJ Mackey out of Gold Bar, sponsored by Blue Jay Productions.
It is a full field for the Monroe Grocery Outlet Super Stock figure eights. They'll come through the corner. It's a 1-to-go signal for them. And of course, can't thank Monroe Grocery Outlet enough. They're your locally owned neighborhood grocery store, offering name brand products, fresh produce, organics, wine, and more at 40 to 70% less than traditional grocery stores. Shop them first and save. Monroe Grocery Outlet, proud sponsor of the Superstock Figure 8 class.
And a former employer of mine from years ago.
How was the employee discount? Was it wonderful?
Oh, very wonderful.
Excellent. Good. I'll see if I can get a part-timer and pick up some cheaper groceries. Because darn, that stuff's expensive if you don't shop at Monroe Grocery Outlet.
Most definitely, as we are underway, and Robert Big Bird Weldon will grab the lead as we have everyone else chasing him down. Having some troubles in the back there, everyone trying to decide where to run. Big field for them.
Ooh, Mackey in the 23 making a bold, aggressive move early, trying to take over the third position as lap number 1. Weldon leads over Southard with Mackey Jim version in the 23 running in third.
And little contact, I think, might have been between the 36 of Fleischecker and the 43 of Vincent. Here comes the former champion, many-time champion, the 5 of Quentin Borison, working his way through the pack as everyone's still trying to chase down Robert Weldon.
Now, 40-lap race, full field. You know the intersection is going to be a thing. Yeah, I could see a scenario where a guy like Borison wants to be the pace setter rather than the chaser, and he wants to be there early in this race.
Yeah, I agree with you. Especially, we all know in years past, Robert Weldon does not stop in the intersection.
No.
So this will be interesting to see, because I'm already starting to see some of the fields starting to spread out. So, and like I said, when you're going through the intersection, you see that yellow car, you definitely want to get away.
Yeah, these big 8-cylinder cars, the long wheelbases, as they string out single file, that intersection's going to get busy and it's going to get frantic, and it won't take long. So there's the front of your field, and the back of your field right now is at just before the apex of the corner as the rest of the group is starting to hit the intersection. So I figure, what, 5 laps, 6 laps maybe?
And I think you're right on target, 5 to 6 laps, if there's not any other issues in the back of the field, if not the front of the field, and we stay green.
Well, we already have one pulled in. You can see that. I think that's RJ Mackey, 69, kind of hanging out in there.
Yeah, unfortunately ending his night early. And the one thing that's very different with these cars is these are, late model cars.
Yeah.
They can't take a hit like the older cars, like the old Camaros and Monte Carlos that they used to traditionally run. So you still got to baby these cars. They cannot take a hit.
No. This is one you're going to see these guys lean on each other. You'll see them use the bumpers, but they get into that intersection, they get tagged. They are Dunsky.
Yeah, unless you somehow hit everything, the stars line up and you can keep going, which it's pretty rare. But more power to you if you can.
Yeah, exactly. Talbert has moved his way up into second. Borison is in the third spot early here, and they are right on the back of Big Bird Weldon coming through. It's Borison looking to shoot the outside on Talbert, making the move. They're door panel to door panel. This is a traditionally tough place to pass, but if you can carry and stay even as there's that intersection, you can make the move. Now, Talbert shot wide trying to get around Weldon, as he was feeling the pressure from Borison and knew couldn't keep doing what he was doing.
Contact.
Gets up on him, and he's almost right into the retired Mackey car in the infield. And now Borison side by side with the race leader.
Yeah, great battle shaping up front as we got a car stopped.
Oh, jeez. Funk's 8 car, I believe, the one that's sitting there, and might have gotten a piece of somebody else. At least that's what I'm hearing, is we're going to get a look at it coming up in just a second as the replay booth is frantically working. And let's flash the new look at it on the screen. From Chevy Vincent's point of view, just saw a couple cars stopped. Let's get a look from Southard.
No hit, but that was definitely a close call. Great heads-up driving by both of them.
Yeah, Jim Mackey was running the top 5, and boy, you could see him just absolutely stand on the brakes to avoid the Funk car trying to come through the intersection at that time, and Funk luckily got her woed up that didn't take the front clip off of his car.
Yeah, that was definitely great heads-up driving by everyone. As, unfortunately that is a part of the figure eight race, and you have to stop sometimes, and sometimes you can't get your car started.
So it's going to be Weldon back to the lead. The rule is, it goes back to the last completed lap here. So last time all the cars crossed on by, that was lap number 8, so Weldon was your leader on that one. As side by side behind him in the Delaware style restart will be the blue 5 for Quentin Borison and the white and blue 72 of Jeff Talbert. We get back underway off the corner.
And we will go green once again as a good start for the 63 of Robert Big Bird Weldon. We'll watch and see what happens here. I was about to suspect that Quentin Borison would look to the inside that lap and he can't quite make it happen, but he will tuck in right behind Robert Weldon for second.
Borison was in a rough spot there because being on the outside of the South Pole is not a preferential place for a lot of these drivers, as you've got Yargis's 17, Litz's 88, Fleischhacker's 36, Dietz's 67, Manning's 11, and at least one other car in and up there. Let's look at the chaos from about 4 different in-cars. Pick your favorite and hope they make it.
You know, it's almost easier to say who was not involved.
Everybody but.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, here's the look from the up top view. And it starts with Litz getting into the back of the Vincent 43, and then everything spirals from there.
Yeah, that has not been a good start for Guy Litz, a former Doug Delfell car, and unfortunately going to end his night early again, 2 weeks in a row. So hopefully maybe get more luck on his side for the next race.
Now, you've got the secret and the lowdown here. The rumor is we will see the Grizz again at some point in time. Can you?
Very, very soon.
You can confirm. All right.
I can confirm. I don't want to confirm the date, but I'll confirm we will see the Grizz, Doug Delfell, starting his 50th year here at Evergreen Speedway.
He was very sad about a potential retirement. It's like he was ready, but then he wasn't ready all of a sudden.
Yep.
So, okay, I got to get a race car again.
Yep.
And it's probably his wife's fault, right?
It was actually him.
Right. But she's the one who said, you need to go get your race car back,
Oh,
right?
yep.
Okay.
Yep. That was definitely a good thing for him. Because the nice part is you don't have to race full time. You can just have a car and go out whenever you like. And we are back to green once again. Robert Weldon, your leader, and Borison trying to go to the outside once again, but Talbert right there with him.
Feels like it's a small strategical boo-boo on Talbert's part, because again, if he can string Borison further out around the outside of that South Pole, he may have a chance to run him around and get him out of there for second, tuck in behind Weldon.
That's what I thought he was going to try to do, but Borison did so well on the outside like he does there as they go slightly onto the 3/8 track, but he is going to have a really good run going into the north turn, and he will be your new leader on lap number 9.
All right, this is dangerous for the rest of the field, letting Borison get out in front of this and setting the pace, because few guys that we have seen over the years are as good at keeping clean through the intersection while setting the pace as Quentin Borison. So Borison's going to be the man out front. Now, can Talbert get by Weldon for second and keep this close?
That'll definitely be interesting. While those two are fighting, Borison's going to be able to keep stretching that lead out farther and farther. However, the differences in times between Borison and then the cars running maybe 10th through 16th are a lot slower. He's going to have a lot of traffic in the intersection to deal with very, very soon.
It looks like it. We're watching a really good battle for second between the 63 and the 73. That's 4th, 5th, and 6th. Jim Mackey's 23. Jones is 66, he's been here, but he had some big mechanical problems on his first week here. And then Dietz, your opening week feature winner in the wet weather in the 67 car, is up to 6th from 11th after being involved in that accident.
Yeah, we'll watch and see what happens there. I don't know if we went back to full inverts or not. I'll have to get the confirmation on that. But yeah, Talbert still trying to get around Robert Weldon. Weldon hanging tough in second, as we might see maybe in the next lap or two some intersection traffic. We did lose quite a few cars that last wreck, but it'll definitely make for some interesting racing coming up here.
Doesn't mean that we've permanently lost them. We will see those guys get her fixed back up and come out for some track time just to try something, see if they pick something up on a setup, etc. Plus, attrition is a very real thing, and there's 40 laps of it, so you still could pick up some spots and extra points as far as the season championship chase goes.
Oh yeah. If you're in it for points, you want to try to get that car fixed and get back out as soon as you can, because as soon as you get back out, those cars that are not on the track, you'll gain the position on them. As that was a good save. Oh, we got the 66 of Jones going around. Is that Jones?
Yep, Jones in the 66 around. And will he fire back up and rejoin, or is he just going to hang out? Hanging out's cool.
I think
we got some nice people in the infield.
He's out of the way too, so I think we're going to stay green.
Okay, so Jones, he'll chill for a while, see if he wants to come back and play later, but right now, he good. That's Weldon and Talbert that we're watching for second. Weldon for the in-car view, and Talbert really not up on his back bumper pressure him right now. It's a good run for Robert Weldon.
Yeah, very, very good run. He has seen victory lane in this car, but it has been a few years, so hoping that he can get another trophy to bring home with him is always the goal. As Talbert, just can't find a way. He's fast enough to stay with him, but not fast enough to get around him, as we got some lap traffic that Quentin Borison looks like he's going to have to deal with now, and they'll go around the 8 car of Jacob Funk. Seems to be no issue for him.
to the point where Weldon actually closed in there. Like that gap that Morrison had, it's not getting to big, expansive problem zone for your lead pack. Weldon had closed in on him, and now just got to get past Funk in a reasonable fashion, and Weldon will keep pace with Morrison in the second spot. So yeah, the Mary's Towing 5 car is not distancing like I thought it would be here in this Monroe Grocery Outlet Superstock Figure 8 race.
Now, yeah, it looks like they are slowly starting to catch him. Now, do you think that might be by design? Maybe he just doesn't want to get too far out and spread away from the field to get caught up in that intersection traffic, but at the same time, we got some contact now as Talbert moves the 63 of Weldon out of the way, and he'll grab second place.
Wow, Weldon.
Oh,
and yeah.
Well, yeah.
Turnabout is fair play, or what's good for the goose is good for the gander, whatever metaphor you want to apply there.
I had a feeling that was going to happen.
You know, you get hits, and you want to give it back.
Yep.
That's how it goes.
That's
So,
figure 8 racing.
It very much is. There's a level of physicality that is implied and expected.
There's a reason why they have big bumpers on these cars.
That's right. Dietz is now up to 5th and on the back of the 23 of Mackey as we are over halfway in this. So we have got 18 laps to go. Mackenzie looking to the inside on Mackey, and now she'll pull door panel to door panel with Jim. Noses ahead as the 67 car is getting stronger, complete with LED lights underneath. New touch to Scarlett this year.
That's pretty cool. Oh, we got problems in the intersection.
Your leader.
Your leader getting hit.
Oh boy. All right, so Quentin Borison is stopped. We're going to get a shakeup at the front of the field. Let's see how it all went down as your front runner is stopped in the intersection. First look at the replay. From Yargis's point of view on the right, and the back cam from him as well. And I don't know if he got into something that was sideways. Look from Manning's point of view here. Oh, wow. Manning.
Right into the side.
Smash Ola. We'll take a break. More Superstock Figure 8 main event coming up next. We are back. Final segment of the night here on Home Track Heroes. We're midway through the Monroe Grocery Outlet Superstock Figure 8 main event. He is Chad Fitzpatrick. I am Mr. Death to Decaf, Caleb Hart. Let us roll as we have got about 18 laps left to go. I'm energized. I'm ready to go here, Chad. This has been a fun night of racing, and I think we've got a fun finish coming.
So your leader, if you missed it, just got hit in the intersection, and he is now dead last.
Oh, boy. And Quentin Borison is not afraid of being dead last, especially with 18 laps to go, because it was a long main event tonight. We went 40 instead of the traditional 30.
Yeah, so this is he definitely has time to make up to get to the front, as your new leader now is Jeff Talbert. As it looks like we might have one more lap to go. No, we're green. We are back and running.
Talbert was second on opening night here at Evergreen Speedway. Let's see how he can put this all together. Weldon second, and here comes the 43. That is Vincent. I believe that is Chevy version? No, that's Sheridan version, who is working his way forward and trying to pick his way past Mackey. He's got the spot, little bumper tag. Well, not even bumper tag, side-by-side tag.
Yeah.
And here comes Dietz following through as well.
Yeah, Dietz will take advantage of that as Mackey getting really, really loose through both of those corners, hanging on for dear life to keep the car straight as she will get around Mackey. Here comes Chevy Vincent and looking to get into that 5th position, taken away from Mackey as that battle for second is shaping up as Sheridan Vincent now will try to grab second.
So many Vincents, and yet only one Dietz. Mackenzie making the move on Sheridan. They're side by side for third. They'll go number to number in through the North Pole, and boy, Mackenzie, just not enough grip coming through that corner in order to hold that outside line. However, that is the extreme scenic route being took by Sheridan going into the South Pole. Dietz is going to make the pass, and it looks like she's got room to clear low if she can get down.
Very, very close as now Weldon look to go up high and slow down all the momentum, but she will definitely take over that 3rd spot, no problem at all, as everyone still try to chase down Jeff Talbert. But hanging on for dear life is the 63 of Robert Weldon. That back end of that car will not stick.
Oh, she got real loose there through the corner, and then you'll watch it. Some people say that the back end is pushing out or stepping out and around them. You can see how hard he is sawing on the steering wheel to keep that car in order. Vincent right in behind Dietz as they're both trying to get by Weldon and up to Talbert to challenge.
Yeah, he's definitely hanging on as we got traffic in the intersection. They definitely caught up to the 72 of Talbert. He had to whoa up a little bit to not get any contact in the intersection. We have already had the leader get hit once. We don't want to happen again.
Jacob Funk's 8 car was the one that had slowed up big time, and that Talbert had to take evasive maneuvers to get past. Now, no blood, no foul. We'll keep at it, and you can see Talbert kind of timing up that run as he comes off the corner to not tag the back of the field, but it's going to get even closer as lap goes in, and it's a scary feeling when you only got 12 to go and the back of that field is imminent.
Yeah, Talbert has, I believe, won a main event before.
Got one last year.
Yep, so, but definitely you always want to win as many as you can. But yeah, definitely stressful. You're getting chased down by three very, very good drivers, and now you're dodging traffic in the intersection with a little over 10 laps to go, as Rick Yargis is definitely trying to make it his way through the intersection.
Oh boy, Yargis the move up from the bump to pass ranks, getting his feet wet here in the figure 8 stuff. Talbert was your opening night leader with just a few laps left before Dietz ended up picking it up in slower traffic. Everything broke right for her in the wet weather. She is sitting third. Weldon is doing a fabulous job of keeping that car underneath him. He's adjusted something to where he's not breaking it as loose. And with the back of that field imminent, he is right up on Talbert with Dietz trying to make a move to the outside coming through the North Pole.
Yeah, I'm noticing that he's starting to take it a little bit wider, and this car seems to be taking that a little bit better than trying to pinch down the car. As you see where he's not right up against the white line. Did get a little help through that turn there, but it seems to have helped him a little bit because now the 72 at Talbert is not leaving them.
Yeah, he's opened up his entrance a bit coming into this first set of this right-hand set of corners, not taking it as sharp and pushing out as wide. Now the other side, he was hugging that white on the left-hand turns. Watch how close to it he was coming. I think that's part of. You're right. Look out! Yargis right in the middle. There's problems. Funk was involved. Caution out with 7 to go. And Dietz was the one having to really turn hard to miss that one. As we're going to get,
close.
Yeah, we're going to get another look at it. Our crack crew of camera people catching everything for us here on Home Track Heroes. Yargis is in camera shot. We'll show most of it as around he goes, and then just look, barely squeaking by goes the lead pack.
Wow, and good heads-up driving by everyone by not hitting him as well going through that intersection.
Oh, yeah. Rick was looking
that could have been really bad right there.
Yeah, so Rick was looking to power underneath Funk, and it got too narrow up against those tires that protect our flag guy. Those tires have taken a beating tonight.
They
in
definitely
multiple ways.
have. They really have.
Angry night for the Ute tires. Either way, we're going to go back to action. They're stacked up 2x2 in and behind your leader. Home Track Heroes brought to you by Gene Johnson. Gene Johnson Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical, your one-stop destination for all your home service needs, whether it's fixing a leaky faucet, keeping your home cool or cozy, or ensuring your electrical systems are running smoothly. Gene Johnson says, we're on it. Talbert's going to have to be on it over the last 8 here.
He's going to have to because the whole field is stacked up. And look at Quint Borson now maybe looking to crack into the top 5 as we're going to go green once again. That was a really good start for Talbert.
We've eliminated 6 cars, so the line isn't as big now. And it looked like both Funk and Yargis were off.
And that was a really, really good start for the 67 of Dietz as well, because now she got around Weldon. So did Vincent. Contact made, and he will spin out.
No! He had such a good run going. See if he can fire it up, and we'll stay green here.
He looks like he might, so we will stay green. But look at Dietz right on the rear bumper cover now, the 72 of Talbert. Move it in quickly as the 63 Weldon will get going. That was very close. Borson almost got hit again.
Oh, boy. So we're down to 6 laps left here as McKenzie all over the back of Talbert. And again, this was your 1-2 on opening night. McKenzie got Talbert late in traffic. This time you figure if there's an X factor, it'll be the intersection. As you watch Talbert and Dietz 1 and 2 as they roll through. Look out, boys. There is a slow car coming up to that intersection. Boys and girls, I should say.
Yeah, a little bit of deja vu going on right now as it looks exactly like it did opening night. I believe even Sheridan Vincent was running third, too. So definitely interesting turn of events right now as like I said, poor Robert Weldon, he was looking to get a top 3, and now he's looking like maybe not even going to get a top 5.
You want to know deja vu again? Talbert is still leaving the entrance to the right-hand turns open like he did on opening night, too. Uh-oh, if you're Talbert, you don't want to replay. This might be the stuff of nightmares as we're coming around. If they make this intersection pass, and there it is, we're going to be down to 3 to go if Talbert can keep holding the top spot, and the intersection's hot.
Yeah, luckily for them, the 76 of South Third did slow down, but they also got Fleischecker this next go-around. We'll watch and see what happens here.
Oh, God. Was it Jacob Funk on opening night? This feels like deja vu.
This definitely does.
All over again. Talbert, Dietz, roll it up on Funk. Funk has a Dietz. There goes Dietz for the move. Dietz makes the move again in traffic on Talbert and gets him to the white flag. One more lap around for Mackenzie Dietz.
Yeah, what a turn of events. As that definitely worked out for Mackenzie Dietz, as she will try to make it through the intersection one more time and possibly bring home the second win of the year.
Wow, he who hesitates is lost. Mackenzie Dietz shoots the gap in the intersection, comes off the corner, and takes the win in the Monroe Grocery Outlet Super Stock Figure 8s over what's got to be a heartbroken Jeff Talbert and Sheridan Vincent in third. What a crazy way to end our race night here on Home Track Heroes, brought to you by Gene Johnson Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. Let's go to the podium and talk to your top 3 once again.
Sheridan, I know there's something special about racing there with your son. This time he comes home 4th right behind you. What's that like?
I'm going to start unplugging spark plug wires if he continues to be fast. So, no, he's a really good driver and a really good car. It's only a matter of time before he's where I'm at. So,
you're putting on a show behind the wheel, that number 43. Walk us through what it's like when you're weaving in and out, watching those battles in front of you.
Chaotic. That's all I can say. I was just trying to bide my time, and I was trying to make moves, but I was going to try to go to the outside right there, but I decided third was better than fourth. So,
sure, a satisfying way to conclude this week. Who helps you get this car out here?
Since I forgot my sponsors last time I was here, Siskin Power Equipment, Homegrown Hair Studio, Shelby Allison, and NEM's Dog Spa, and then my wife and all my crew for helping me get out here every week.
Driver of the number 43, third place tonight, Sheridan Vincent. Jeff, you piloted that car with skill and precision all race long. Fortunately, at the end, just caught it wrong place, wrong time. But walk us through what is going through your mind when you're driving that 72 and you see the 5 in front of you get hit in the intersection.
I don't really know because I've never seen it. So no, normally he can weave through, he can get through, and today, unfortunately, he got collected up, and then he was able to roll back out and go racing again. So wasn't terrible, but it obviously opened the field for us, and we did the best we could, and then I saw a whole lot of blue bumper real quick and had nowhere to go. So
you constantly do really well in that number 72. What's the hardest part about this figure 8 course?
Everybody else. Just making sure you are running your race and doing what you can do, and then everybody is moving and doing what they're doing, and you got to make sure that you're not getting collected in all the chaos that happens.
And who helps you bring this car out here?
My wife, my kids, Harrison, Hannah, the Wilkinsons, Jessica and Jim, Pilchuck Heating, Stephanie's Hope, pretty much everybody that wants to hold a hand. So we have a lot of fun with it.
Driver of the number 72, second place tonight, Jeff Talbert. We talk about it a lot in the booth. You have a lot of opportunities as time goes on. I've seen you there at the end. This time, luck fell your way. What was going through your mind to see 72 held up?
You know, I was super surprised. He was driving a really good race all race, and I didn't think I was going to be able to get him. We had some issues with the car, but as luck found it, we were able to get it on the second lap again. So great driving by Talbert, and I just love racing with this class of girls and gals, and it's so much fun.
Now you come home first, back to start the season. What is that like?
It's pretty freaking incredible. I really have no words. This is just a special season. It's the 70th anniversary year for Evergreen Speedway, and you know, we've been third place for the championship, second place for the championship, and so we're going to give it all we have this year for first. So,
who's helping you make that push?
I have so many people, and I want to thank my sponsors, but tonight I really just want to thank my family, my fiance Jake, who does all the work on the car, Mike, Bobby, my mom, my dad, my grandpa, Vern Dietz, my grandma, and I'm forgetting so many people, but I mean, there's just so many people that support me and are behind us, so I just want to give them a huge thanks, because that's what keeps me going.
Driver of the number 67, your race winner tonight, give it up for Mackenzie Dietz.
Well, congratulations, Mackenzie. Another fantastic night of racing for her. Another fantastic night of racing here on Home Track Heroes, Chad.
Definitely was.
Thanks for coming back to the booth. You are a feature winner on the year out of town.
Yeah.
Next week here on Home Track Heroes, we're going to see if you're going to be a feature winner in town, because it is the Speedway Chevrolet Pro late models, street stocks, Hornets, Stinger 8s, and the late model 4-cylinder foreign things.
Yeah.
Right, those guys. The Formula FSCRA will be in town. That's coming up next Sunday night here on Home Track Heroes. Next time you can be live, it's coming up on Saturday, May 11th. Sprint cars, Legends, Mini Stock, Super Stock Figure 8s, and Youth Hornets are all on the program. Chad, good luck next week. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, and thanks all of you guys for watching here on Home Track Heroes. For all the camera crew and the production guys, our on-track dudes, Derek and Griff, our latest Snoop Dogg fan. He's Chad Fitzpatrick. I am Caleb Hart. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you back here next Sunday night. Home Track Heroes here at Evergreen Speedway.
Thanks for watching Evergreen Speedway's Home Track Heroes on Seattle 11. Join us next week for more great racing from Evergreen Speedway.